Hi, how are you everyone? Welcome back. Today I thought we'd start by tackling the first pillar of metabolic wellness, and that's nutrition. So I have a question for you. Could your diet be killing you? The greatest threat to your health today is likely the result of what you're eating. I'll say it again. The greatest threat to you today is likely the result of what you're eating. Food is not only a source of energy, but it's a crucial factor in the physical and mental well-being. It optimizes nutrition and contributes to the prevention and reduction of risk factors for many diseases. And you know, today the leading killers in the United States are heart attacks, strokes, and cancers. And yet despite that, 90% of first-time heart attacks are actually preventable. 2/3 of cancers occur needlessly. Diet alone is responsible for at least 1/3 of cancers. Did you hear that? Diet alone, 1/3 of cancers. Imbalances or excesses of fats are involved in 70% of all U.S. deaths. And 2/3 of Americans are overweight or obese. And this is a risk that will soon surpass smoking as the leading preventable cause of death in this country. Did you know, I always say this on my radio broadcast, but children born in the year 2000 and above will be the first generation to have a life expectancy lower than that of their parents. And it all has to do with our nutrition. It all has to do with the food we're eating that is killing us. A new science has grown up. It's called nutrigenomics. And it studies the way food interacts with our DNA on a cellular level. Food actually influences health and disease. And when you take food into your mouth, you either get a positive or healthy effect or a negative or unhealthy effect. There's no gray area involved, as I've said before. So nutrigenomics now is looking into the development of effective dietary intervention strategies that actually treat and prevent disease. Because this is what it's coming to, ladies and gentlemen. So, what is an optimal nutritional program? What's an optimal dietary lifestyle? Well, first of all, I think that it needs to satisfy certain important criteria. Number one, an optimal dietary lifestyle should reduce the risk or delay the onset of the chronic diseases of aging. It should improve our overall health. It should increase our longevity. It should improve measurable parameters of health, such as body fat, BMI or body mass index, blood pressure. It should be sustainable for life as an integrated part of one's lifestyle so that you stay compliant to it. So 3 dietary lifestyles actually stand out. If you take all of these criteria, which way should you be eating? And we're going to go into very much detail in subsequent episodes on these. But the first one is Paleolithic or paleo. You've heard of this before. It's humanity's preferred diet for 2.5 million years. And scientists actually believe it's the only diet encoded in our genes. Get that? So on the paleo diet, you can eat portions of fish, lean meats, eggs, vegetables, fruits, berries, nuts, and seeds. But it's a very hard diet to stay compliant to because Americans have a hard time eliminating grains, beans, potatoes, dairy, sugar, and salt from their diet. But the paleo diet has a known benefit for the reduction of chronic diseases of aging, especially heart disease and type 2 diabetes. If a patient comes to me and their diabetic parameters are out of control and they look like they're getting a dietary diabetes, boom, 2 weeks on the paleo diet and I can clear that up. The second dietary lifestyle is called Mediterranean. Now this is a shift towards more healthy choices, and there's no radical alteration in eating habits, so most Americans find this very compliant and very delicious. You're allowed to have fresh seasonal fruits and foods, vegetables, whole grains, fish, olives, olive oil, nuts, legumes, and moderate amounts of wine. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the resveratrol and antioxidants in the skins of the grapes really do promote longevity. With the Mediterranean diet, studies have been done which shows that heart disease is down by 45%, and there's a 23% lower mortality for all causes. That's impressive. Finally, the last dietary lifestyle is caloric restriction. We're eating a nutritionally dense but caloric poor diet. It's the most effective strategy for slowing most or all of the aging process, and it protects the brain. It's neuroprotective. We know that caloric restriction lowers blood pressure, lowers lipids, decreases plaque, even reverses plaque in the arteries. It lowers your body fat, protects you against diabetes, decreases inflammation, defends you against cancer, and there's better DNA maintenance and repair. Now, caloric restriction is difficult because in the experiments done, this was a 40% caloric restriction that led to all of these beneficial effects. However, there are ways around it. We can decrease your calories by 250 to 500 calories a day, and you can still maintain the benefits of caloric restriction. And again, in further episodes, we'll go into this. So think about what you put in your mouth, because every time you put something in your mouth, you're either benefiting yourself or you're bringing yourself a little bit closer to death. It's very, very important. Food talks to our genes. Food controls our genes. The science of nutrigenomics has proven this. Next time, we're going to start looking at macronutrients such as carbohydrates, proteins, and fats and their roles in an optimal diet. And then we're going to dissect this nutrition aspect over the next 3 or 4 videos before we get to hormone optimization. Hope you have a good day. See you next time.